My name is Seth, and this is my first YouTube video. Um, so I was trying to think of what I wanted to put into this video for my first official YouTube video. That's who knows? Let's see how many views I'm gonna get. Let's see how many friends I'm gonna have to hit up to watch the video. But no, I think I have a lot to share with the world, especially involving the investment world out there, both the business of it and both doing it yourself. And I thought that for my first video, I would share how I got my first job in the industry of personal financial advising. So my first job in the industry was at Morgan Stanley, and that was back in 2011. And the way I got it, I think, is pretty interesting. So I had been working at Wells Fargo for a couple years. I started as a personal banker, and I actually really enjoyed the personal banker role. I was helping people with their finances, but I was helping them. I wasn't licensed, so I wasn't able to help them with their investments. So I was able to help them from, with deposit accounts, and to a much lesser extent with credit and loans. And I always wanted to get into investments. So I took a couple promotions within Wells Fargo after the banker role, hoping that it was going to propel me into the financial advising role. But what ended up happening was I ended up in an analyst role that just wasn't a good fit for me. It wasn't a good fit. And so at the advice of a then ex-girlfriend, yes, even then she was an ex-girlfriend, but she tends to give some really good advice. I quit the job, my second promotion, after 3 weeks. I quit the second promotion after 3 weeks. It had nothing to do with personal financial advising. It did have to do with finance, but that's about where the overlap finished. So I quit the job, and I decided to call different investment firms in the LA area where I was living at the time. And I would say about 5 of them agreed to do an informational interview with me. And basically what I did was I either had phone calls with them, or a couple of them I actually went into their office and I just picked their brains. I asked them all sorts of questions like, how did this come to be? How did you end up having your own financial planning practice? How do you get clients? Things of that nature. And different people had very different answers for me. And this one particular individual, he had been at a discount brokerage a while back before he had started his investment firm. And his advice to me was to go work at a discount brokerage and start any way I could. Start by sweeping the floors, or whatever I had to do to get into the business, and or to get my foot in the door, and then obviously to work my way up, and then either to stay there if I enjoyed it, or if I didn't enjoy it, to go and start my own firm. And so I thought, okay, well that makes a lot of sense. It just, whatever he said just really resonated with me. And so I basically put together my resume, had my suit altered and tailored, and to look all nice. And one morning I just had about 5 copies of my resume, and I put on my suit and I drove out to all 5 of the discount brokerages in the area. And I just walked in and I said, "Hi, my name is Seth. I've always wanted to be a personal financial advisor. Can I talk to your manager about getting an interview?" And I ended up getting an interview at I think 3 of the firms. And indeed, one of them, I believe, was willing to give me an entry-level position at the firm, but I kind of wasn't feeling it. So Another manager told me, hey, go get your feet wet, doing 200 cold calls a day at a major brokerage firm, then come back to us. And then a third actually kind of kept me, on the fence, so to speak. They said, we're real interested in you. And then they said, well, we have somebody from out of state that might be coming in. And they kind of went back and forth. And eventually I was bleeding money because as I didn't know then, but I very much know now, if you quit a job, you cannot go on unemployment. So I had quit my second promotion at the first company, and so I was bleeding money, month after month. And so in the fourth month, and not to say that this is why I went to this firm, but I went to Morgan Stanley, and with my suit on, and I just said, I remember there was a gold-plated sign that said no unannounced appointments. And I thought to myself, oh no, I'm coming in, I unannounced, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? And so luckily I said to the secretary, I said to her, I said, I see that you don't have any unannounced appointments. However, I've always wanted to be a personal financial advisor. Morgan Stanley is obviously like the cream of the crop. I'd love to talk to your manager about getting a position. So she said, you know what, wait here 1 second, mijo. She spoke Spanish a lot, and she called me mijo. And she went back, she got the sales manager. He came out, real tall, 6'5" dude. And, he told me, heard I was looking for a job. And I kind of told him about some of the relationships I have, because, a lot of people don't know this, but personal financial advising, yes, it's about helping people with their investments, but especially when you're starting out, it's all about relationships. It's all about building relationships with people and having people trust you so that you can bring in their money so that you can manage it and so that you can help them with their personal finances. And a lot of people, I was actually watching another YouTube video with another financial advisor who correctly pointed out that some people incorrectly believe that going to be a personal financial advisor means you're going to be trading the company's money all day. And that, I wish that couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm sure there are positions out there like that, but that's not what personal financial advising is. Personal financial advising is having a relationship with someone or a family and finding out about their goals and helping them achieve their goals, while also taking into account their risk tolerance and things like that, and their budget, and helping them with budgets and cash flow, and can they afford this and not this, can they and when can they retire, things of that nature. So anyway, getting back on track, he had me go, the sales manager at Morgan Stanley that came out, the big 6'5" dude, he came out, and he just said, go apply online and then email me when you're done, which I did. Came back in, and I said, Jack, I really can't take no for an answer, man. I've always wanted to do this. I have previous sales experience, which, by the way, is really good. If you, one thing I constantly got told was that I didn't have any official sales experience. So whether you go do advertising sales or whether you go sell air conditioning units, whatever it is, funeral services, it doesn't matter. They want people that have sales experience, because that is what the job is. It's personal financial advising, but it is a sales role. So anyway, he did that. We did the interview, and he gave me a shot, gave me a little bit of a salary, and that's how I got the job. And in later videos, I will get into what the job was like, and what I learned, and what I learned both from a business standpoint and from an investing standpoint. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you're new here and you like the video, please subscribe, like the video, and comment. Thanks a lot. Take care.